There's a surprising truth that few people realize. Your morning cup of coffee, that little daily pleasure, could be quietly affecting your prostate health. Many men over 50 often complain about frequent urination at night, poor sleep, or constant fatigue, without realizing that the real culprit isn't always age, but certain everyday habits that seem harmless. But don't worry. Here's the good news. Coffee itself isn't bad. Once you understand how it actually affects your body, you can still enjoy its rich aroma while keeping your health, energy, and confidence intact. In this video, we'll uncover the scientific truth behind coffee and the prostate, exploring its real benefits, potential risks, and most importantly, how to enjoy it without harming your health. If this topic feels familiar to you, hit the like button, subscribe to Dr. Claire Morrison Men's Health, and share in the comments. Where are you watching from, and how old are you? I'd love to know and be part of your journey toward better elderly health every day. When we're young, few of us ever think about the prostate. But after turning 50, most men begin to realize just how much this silent companion influences their daily lives. The prostate is a small gland, about the size of a walnut, located just below the bladder and surrounding the urethra, the tube that carries urine out of the body. Despite its small size, it plays a crucial role in producing the fluid that nourishes and protects sperm, while also directly affecting urination, sleep quality, and overall well-being. Over time, the prostate naturally tends to enlarge, a condition known as benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH. The problem is that as it grows, it presses against the urethra, weakening the urinary flow and causing frequent urination, especially at night. Some men also experience prostatitis, which causes pelvic discomfort, burning sensations when urinating, or urinary urgency. And in more serious cases, abnormal cell growth in this gland can lead to prostate cancer. I once met a patient named Mr. Robert, 62 years old, who believed that getting up 3 or 4 times a night to urinate was just a normal part of aging. He ignored the symptoms for years until constant fatigue and sleepless nights began to take a toll on his health. When he finally came for a checkup, he was diagnosed with early-stage BPH. After several months of treatment and lifestyle adjustments, including dietary changes and moderating his daily coffee intake, his sleep quality improved significantly. Mr. Roberts' story is far from unique. Many men silently endure these discomforts, unaware that small lifestyle adjustments, including how they consume coffee, could make a major difference in their prostate health. Coffee is part of our culture, a morning ritual, a small pleasure that helps us feel alert and motivated. But for the prostate, an organ extremely sensitive to hormones, the nervous system, and blood circulation, that daily cup of coffee may have more complex effects than we realize. So how exactly does coffee impact the prostate? Could it be a helpful ally that supports anti-inflammatory and anti-aging functions, or a hidden trigger that worsens existing symptoms? Let's find out together in the next section, where we'll uncover the chemical secrets behind your cup of coffee, and how each compound inside it can directly influence your health. Few people realize that a single cup of coffee contains more than 1,000 different chemical compounds. It's not just caffeine, the ingredient everyone knows, but also hundreds of antioxidants, polyphenols, chlorogenic acids, and many other plant-based compounds with powerful biological activity. This unique combination makes coffee both a natural medicine and, at the same time, a double-edged sword when consumed the wrong way. Let's start with antioxidants. Every day, our bodies produce free radicals, unstable molecules that can damage cells, trigger inflammation, and accelerate aging. When free radicals exceed the body's ability to control them, it leads to a condition called oxidative stress, which contributes to many chronic diseases, including prostate cancer. Coffee contains chlorogenic acid, a potent antioxidant that helps neutralize free radicals, protect cells, and reduce inflammation in prostate tissue. Next are polyphenols, a group of plant compounds known for their anti-inflammatory and anti-cancer properties. Research from the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health, 2019, found that men who drank 2 to 3 cups of coffee per day had a lower risk of developing aggressive prostate cancer compared to those who didn't drink coffee at all. Polyphenols improve insulin sensitivity, regulate metabolism, and reduce systemic inflammation. All factors directly linked to prostate health. Finally, we have caffeine, coffee's most familiar stimulant. In moderate amounts, caffeine helps improve alertness, enhances blood circulation, and can even support metabolism. But when consumed excessively, it overstimulates the nervous system, increases heart rate, disrupts sleep, and irritates the bladder, all of which can indirectly impact the prostate. One of my patients, Mr. David, 59, used to drink up to 6 cups of coffee a day to stay awake at his office job. As a result, he suffered from insomnia, frequent nighttime urination, and constant tension. After cutting down to 2 morning cups and switching his afternoon coffee for herbal tea, his symptoms noticeably improved within just a few weeks. This clearly shows that coffee isn't the problem. How we use it is. Understanding the right balance allows us to enjoy coffee's benefits without harming our health. Now, let's go a step further. Does coffee truly offer significant benefits for prostate health, as many scientific studies suggest? If you're a coffee lover, this part might make you smile. Because science has shown that when consumed in moderation, coffee can actually provide several significant benefits for prostate health. First, multiple recent studies suggest that moderate coffee consumption may help reduce the risk of advanced prostate cancer. A study published in Cancer Causes and Control followed more than 50,000 men over several years and found that those who drank 1 to 3 cups of coffee a day had about an 18% lower risk of developing aggressive prostate cancer compared to those who didn't drink coffee. This is largely thanks to the strong antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties of compounds like chlorogenic acid and polyphenols, which help prevent cellular mutations and slow tumor growth. Second, coffee can act as a natural regulator of inflammation. Chronic inflammation is considered an underlying cause of many conditions, including prostate enlargement and prostatitis. The bioactive compounds in coffee can inhibit inflammatory cytokines, helping reduce swelling and improve blood circulation in the pelvic area. This is especially beneficial for men who frequently experience pelvic pressure or discomfort in the lower abdomen. Third, coffee contributes to better glucose and fat metabolism, which helps manage type 2 diabetes, a condition strongly linked to an increased risk of prostate enlargement. When insulin levels remain stable, both hormonal balance and inflammatory processes are better controlled, creating an environment that supports optimal prostate health. However, as with everything in medicine, a remedy can easily turn into a risk when used incorrectly. So what happens when we drink too much coffee or consume it at the wrong times of the day? Let's move on to the next part, where we'll take a closer look at the darker side of coffee and understand why too much energy can sometimes become the enemy of inner balance. Coffee, despite its wonderful aroma and many benefits, is still a stimulant. And like any stimulant, when it exceeds a safe threshold, it can become the source of several health issues. One of the most noticeable effects is its diuretic and bladder-stimulating action. Caffeine increases urine production in the kidneys and makes the bladder more active. For men who already have prostate issues, such as enlargement or inflammation, this can worsen nighttime urination and urinary frequency. Many patients report that just 1 cup of coffee after dinner is enough to make them wake up 3 or 4 times during the night. Interrupted sleep not only causes fatigue, but also increases overall inflammation, making the prostate even more sensitive. Additionally, high doses of caffeine affect the central nervous system, leading to tension, anxiety, and sleep disturbances. Poor sleep then triggers hormonal imbalance, especially in testosterone, a key hormone for vitality and prostate health. This creates a vicious cycle in which many men feel drained and low in energy, even though they continue their daily coffee routine. Drinking coffee on an empty stomach can also stimulate excess acid production in the stomach, causing heartburn, reflux, and digestive discomfort. Meanwhile, the stomach, liver, and kidneys work closely together to eliminate toxins and maintain hormonal balance. When one part of this system becomes strained, the others are inevitably affected. Experts recommend not exceeding 400 milliliters of caffeine per day, which equals about 3 to 4 cups of traditional filtered coffee. However, Each person's tolerance level varies depending on their genetic makeup. Some people metabolize caffeine slowly and are more prone to irritation, palpitations, or insomnia, even after just a small cup. I once met a patient named Mr. William, 64 years old, who proudly claimed that coffee helps me stay productive. But during his checkup, we found mild prostate inflammation, and he was sleeping barely 4 hours a night. After reducing his coffee intake and switching to green tea in the afternoon, he noticed within 3 weeks that he no longer woke up during the night and felt much clearer and more focused in the morning. Mr. Williams' story reminds us that every benefit comes with limits. Coffee can be a great friend, but only when you know when to stop. So why is it that some people can drink coffee their entire lives without problems, while others experience discomfort after just a few weeks? The answer lies in the next section, where we'll explore why every body reacts differently to the same cup of coffee. Have you ever wondered why some people can drink 3 cups of coffee and still sleep like a baby, while others stay wide awake after just 1 sip? The answer lies in the biological differences between individuals. First, let's talk about genetics. Caffeine is metabolized in the liver by an enzyme called CYP1A2. Some people carry the fast metabolizing gene variant, which allows caffeine to leave the body more quickly, meaning they're less likely to experience nervousness or bladder irritation. But for those with the slow metabolizing gene, caffeine lingers in the bloodstream longer, causing jitteriness, insomnia, and sometimes frequent urination. This explains why the same amount of coffee can have completely different effects from one person to another. Second, diet and lifestyle play a major role. If you often eat salty foods, drink alcohol, or consume spicy and greasy meals, your bladder is already in a sensitive state. Adding a cup of coffee in the evening may be the last drop that overflows the glass, worsening symptoms like nighttime urination, burning sensations, or pelvic discomfort. Third, it's about timing and drinking habits. Drinking coffee on an empty stomach increases stomach acid, causing discomfort or even acid reflux. And drinking it in the evening or after 3 p.m. can suppress melatonin production, the hormone responsible for healthy sleep. Poor sleep quality increases inflammation and disrupts hormone balance, both of which directly affect the prostate. Fourth, underlying health conditions make a big difference. For men with chronic prostatitis, overactive bladder, or benign prostate enlargement, even a small amount of caffeine can worsen their symptoms. I once had a patient, Mr. Patrick, 65 years old, who only drank 1 small cup of coffee every morning, yet woke up 4 times a night to urinate. After reviewing his habits, I discovered that he often drank coffee after a salty dinner and rarely hydrated enough. Once he reduced his salt intake, drank coffee after breakfast instead, and started drinking more water, his symptoms improved significantly in just 2 weeks. Understanding your body is the first step toward taking control of your health. And once you do, you can continue to enjoy your coffee, smartly and safely. So, how can you drink coffee the right way and still keep your prostate healthy? Join me in the next and final part, where we'll summarize the most practical habits and solutions tailored just for you. If giving up coffee feels impossible, don't worry. You don't have to quit it completely. You just need to drink it the right way. Below are simple, science-backed habits that can help protect your prostate while still letting you enjoy your favorite morning ritual. 1. Limit your intake and timing. Keep it to 1 or 2 cups a day and avoid drinking coffee after 3 p.m. The best time is in the morning, after a light meal. This helps your body take advantage of caffeine's energizing effects while preventing it from interfering with your nighttime sleep. 2. Drink coffee after meals or with a light snack. When coffee is consumed with food, especially carbohydrates or healthy fats, it's less likely to irritate your stomach, reduces acid secretion, and helps protect your digestive system. 3. Choose decaf or cold brew coffee. Decaf coffee retains most of the flavor and antioxidants but has much less caffeine. Meanwhile, cold brew, coffee brewed slowly with cold water, is naturally smoother, lower in acid, and ideal for people who struggle with digestion or nighttime urination. 4. Avoid drinking it too hot. Extremely hot beverages can damage the lining of your mouth and irritate your urinary tract. Let your coffee cool slightly before drinking, especially if you're prone to inflammation or bladder sensitivity. 5. Stay hydrated. Caffeine is a natural diuretic, meaning it can dehydrate your body. Drink 1 or 2 glasses of water after each cup of coffee to help your urinary system function smoothly. 6. Pair coffee with prostate-friendly foods. Incorporate tomatoes, pumpkin seeds, green tea, and turmeric into your daily diet. These foods contain lycopene, zinc, and curcumin, 3 natural warriors known to reduce inflammation and protect prostate tissue. 7. Maintain a healthy lifestyle. Exercise regularly, go to bed early, and reduce alcohol and tobacco. Every small step you take towards self-care helps your body stay balanced and strong. I'll never forget what one of my 70-year-old patients once told me. After turning 60, I don't drink coffee to stay awake. I drink it to enjoy life. Every morning, he'd sip a small cup while quietly watching the sunlight pour through his window. His body stayed strong, and his sleep was restful. Not because of any miracle, but because of understanding and moderation. Coffee isn't inherently bad, nor is it a magic cure. Like life itself, it's all about balance. When you learn to adjust your habits, every cup of coffee can become a healthy pleasure, nourishing not only your spirit, but also your long-term well-being. In the end, what truly matters isn't whether we drink coffee or not. It's how we live with it. A single cup of coffee can bring energy, joy, and connection, as long as we listen to our bodies and find the right balance. The prostate, that small yet powerful organ, responds to every daily habit we form. And when you take proper care of it, your body rewards you with relief, deeper sleep, and a clearer mind every morning. I always remember this quote: La juventud no es una etapa de la vida, es una actitud del alma. Youth is not a stage of life, but an attitude of the soul. At any age, you can stay healthy, full of vitality, and enjoy the simple pleasures, even your morning cup of coffee, when you care for yourself with knowledge and understanding. If you found this video helpful, click like and subscribe to Dr. Claire Morrison Men's Health to discover more natural, practical, and effective health tips designed specifically for men over 50. And I'd love to know more about you. Share in the comments where you're watching from and what your coffee habits are. Every story you share is an inspiration that helps our community grow stronger and healthier together.